What's up, everybody? I've seen, I just watched a video from DS Gaming about, and I've realized this has been about the end game, Genshin, and about how there's really nothing to do in it. And he said, and like in his thumbnail, he says it might kill the game. I don't think it might kill the game, but I do think it is holding the game back. I think it's, I think once you get to it, you really notice it, and it's still there. Like at the beginning of the game, okay, it was there. Like there was this like eventually you got to this point where it's like there's nothing much to do. There's not much content, there's not much stuff to actually like go for. You're sitting there finding characters, trying to get their builds to the best, and if you're a whale, oh yeah, you're gonna feel it. Definitely felt it by now. But if you're like sort of free to play, low budget, you're not gonna fully feel it, but you're gonna see it. Basically, what I mean by that is like you won't, it won't hit you, but you are seeing it and you can see it coming. Is what I'm saying. And then the reason I say that is because it's like when I look at my Zhao isn't perfect. Like I can definitely get a better, you know, better artifacts. I can get these all gold. You know what I mean? This flower is pretty good. Like yeah, rolled an elemental mastery. Like some of these is just really good. It's like I don't really need to replace them. Once I do get something that's better, it's like, what's next? Oh, work on another character? Oh, MC. It's like, that's just filler. You know what I'm saying? That's just filler. And the thing about me is, I'm not going to propose the idea of, oh, if this game had PvP, you know, there'll be an easy workaround for that because PvP. Because I play games like Call of Duty, sad to say Fortnite, you know, games where PvP is the sole aspect of the game. And I don't think that's actually valuable content. I think that's just I think that's also kind of filler because I've seen games where they have PvP, right? And there is some games that do PvP really good. I think the best games that do PvP good is fighting games because fighting games actually provide a lot of things like learning mechanics, learning combos, learning all this kind of stuff. But in terms of like a game like this game is very simple. Circle, circle, circle. That's your combat. There is no up tilts like in like Storm or like Jump Force and like those kind of arena fights because this is not an arena fight. This game is meant to be an open world game, a PvE game. Sorry if you can hear that, by the way. I got my. But like, this game isn't meant to be a fighter. So like, the combat is great and all, and there's a lot of characters, you know what I mean, that are really cool, like Zhao. But there's so many issues I think that could be presented with PvP that it's not worth the hassle, and it's just gonna be temporarily, I think. You know what I mean? Because I've seen many games where it's like PvP is the end game, but that's so boring after a while. Because eventually you're either gonna come to not care, or you're gonna be so good, it's gonna get boring. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that's just more filler. I feel like. I think what the game needs, and I seen a comment on DS's video about this, but I think what the game needs is something with um without resin. Because here's the issue: you get on, you spend your resin. You know what I mean? You get on, spend your resin, or you bottle it like what I do. I basically just bottle it and then waste it the next day. You get on, you spend your resin. That is, or do the event. You know what I mean? If there's an event, and I'll commend Genshin and Mihoyo on it. You can hear my PS4. I'm so sorry. I don't know what the hell is going on with my PS4, but some shit it sound like a jet engine. But back to what I was saying. But I'll commend Mihoyo on Lantern Rite because Lantern Rite is really good. There's so many quests and like all that glitters and Zhao quest. All that shit was so good. Leader Mechanicus, I even like. I played it like for 3 hours with some random guy, so I will commend him. That's fun. And the new boss is really good. Zhao is great. You know what I mean? I'll admit this update is great, but the end game is still not better. You see what I'm saying? Like, cause once the events are gone, all that shit, what's next? We're still stuck at the same position. It's just, and I understand why people actually said it was filler, cause it is filler. There is still no end game. there is still nothing to like chase after. And if you want my opinion, I think I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I'm not saying that game is great or anything and is the best with progression mechanics. One thing that game does really make me feel though is small little minute progressions that helps the overall picture, which is like, and I think the one of the best parts of Genshin is gear. I mean, weapons, getting weapons and shit like that, getting artifacts. Artifact grinding is one of the best things. Not one of the best things. I think that can get minute and, but it. I say minute. What was that? But basically, artifact grinding is the main thing that a lot of people is doing, and it's really cool. But I think artifact grinding and this aside, we need something else, a new gear, and I would say like something like a rune system, something that doesn't cost resin that you can get through playing through the open world. Because here's the thing about Genshin that I think was the main selling point: the open world. The open, like just straight up the open world, how beautiful it is, things you can do in it. That was the selling point. That's the main thing about Genshin. Genshin is an open world game, an open world RPG. Currently, there isn't much stuff to do in the open world. Like I said, literally most of the stuff is resin. You log on, either bottle your resin and use it that way, or you just go into a domain and start you doing your using your go do a boss. You know what I mean? Like right now, there isn't much stuff to do besides resin or the events. Like in the open world itself, it's boring. Like they've added so many things. Like for example, Dragon Spawn. And I had so much fun with Dragon Spawn. But like besides, like once you're done, you're done. It's nothing to do. Like I have Dragon Spawn 95%. I literally got like a few more chests or something. You know what I mean? So it's like once you're basically done with the open world, like look at this. 94, 95, 87, 85, 89, 90, 100, 87, 90. You see what I'm saying? Once you start doing all this stuff and actually explore, there is nothing to do with the open world, which is the core gameplay pillar. That's one of the core gameplay pillars. So once there's nothing to do in the open world, you're kind of just bored. Like, don't get me wrong, I have spent times where I've just decided, yeah, let me not teleport just because I want to run around the open world. Like, I've done that a couple times, but it's like, the only content, real in-game content, is you making content. Like, for example, me saying, oh, I want to build Amber as a DPS. Like, that's not really the game doing that, that's me doing that. See what I'm saying? So it's like, I would love to see like a new gear system, not just new artifacts or a new boss, but like a whole new system that doesn't require resin, like wave system, or like a wave system, or like a rune system or something like that, that gives you valuable materials that takes you further than what it is right now. I don't want power creep, I don't want none of that. I just simply want something that doesn't cost resin, that is fun to do, and that's not, you know, I think PvP is not something this game really needs. Yes, PvP is the simple answer, but I don't think it's going to be the best answer long term. I think you can do something with this game, RPG mechanics, something really good, cusp of it. Right now, I think what Genshin is doing is setting up for like those big features. Cause they actually, the funny thing is, they did promise like housing and things like that when the game first was about to come out. So it's like maybe they're setting up for that or something. But if you have any ideas, drop them. Go to these people's like DS channel. Go to people like, I think Imtash made a video on it too. Go to these people's channels and you talk to them about it, and you talk to like the community. Let's, as a community, talk about this and find out what's the best course of action and give Genshin that feedback. Because I love this game and I love playing it, but right now there isn't much to do. So let's try to give Mihoyo some ideas so that next update there is stuff to do. There is stuff for the in-game players. Because right now it's just mostly filler. Alright, that's all I got to say. See ya. Peace.